Okay, so we're going to just start in standing. We've got our weights. Mine are 1.5 kilos, but you could have any weight that you want. Remember, you could use tins of beans or water bottles if you don't have weights. So just spreading out your toes, just unlock your knees, then just thinking about your lower back. So already when you're holding weights, you might just feel your back tensing or a little bit of tension. So just make sure that you're comfortable. Maybe just tip your pelvis a little bit. Remember not to tip, duck back. We want to go the other way. And just have your elbows close into your sides. You're going to bring your shoulders away from your ears and then just lengthen through the top of your head. Just gently, gently tucking the chin very slightly in. Now keeping those elbows where they are, okay, just check in with your center again, and we're going to just open the hands out to the sides and then bring them back in. When we've got the weights in our hands like this, I would hope that you feel a little bit of work just around the deltoid, so here. Okay, so you're keeping those elbows in, you're opening out, softening the chin just slightly. That's it, shoulders down, good. Keep that center engaged. Just try and keep your weight central with your feet, okay? So making sure that the weight is evenly going down through both feet. I have a tendency to put my weight more onto my right leg. So I have to sort of consciously shift back a little bit towards the left. Now just check in with that center again. That's it. And then we're just going to open and close. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good stuff. One more. Good. Okay, bring the hands down. Now we're just going to do some bicep curls, but again, I want us just to set up. So shoulders away from your ears, center engaged, soften those knees off again. That's it. And then we're going to just bring the hands up towards your shoulders and then back down. Now, the only movement that we want is in the forearms, so them coming up and down. I want you to think about the rest of your body staying really still, okay, so that all the movement is initiated from the bicep, okay, because what can happen is we can rock back and forth, makes it a lot easier, okay, that's why your body does it, but we want to keep all the weight just in the arms and the body holding nice and tall. So the other thing that does when you practice that really good posture and maintaining it, gets the body used to it, so that when you're going about your daily life, it's easier to be in a good position, a good posture, because your body knows what it's asking you to do. So we're challenging it with the weights. So when you're out and about, you might be carrying your bag, you might be doing the shopping, you might be, who knows, gardening, whatever. And all of that adds a little challenge. So if you can keep really still in your body when you're doing Pilates and maintain that really good posture, then it makes it easier for it to be carried on in day-to-day life. Right, so let's just do 2 more. Okay, and then again, we're going to keep that posture and bring the arm up and then down. Okay, and that's the other thing about doing things slowly. Okay, it gives you time just to make sure that your posture is right, that you've still got your center engaged. Okay, good. The other thing that's really important when we're doing these things is, say for instance your shoulders aren't great, okay, if you just keep it really low, but you can keep everything else in position, okay, then you're still working, okay, and you're maintaining that good position, that posture where your body's supported, you've got your center engaged. So really work on thinking about, where am I comfortable? Where does it feel good? So say your back is starting to ache now. Is there anything you can do? Can you shift your weight slightly forward? Can you tuck your bottom down? Can you engage your center a little bit more? Can you shift your weight back onto that other leg that is the leg that doesn't like to take the weight so much? Just try these things. Honestly, sometimes it's amazing the difference that that can make. Right, let's just do one more with each arm. Good. And then bring the hands down. Lovely. Okay, so next we're going to do some lunges. Now with lunges, remember we want the knees to stay going straight forward, and we want to just be careful of our knees. If you've got any knee issues, just make sure that when you get into position that you're not hurting your knee. And just with the knees, be careful they're not going in the way. Try and make sure that they're going straight out over your toes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a step forward, and as we do that, we're going to do a little bicep curl, and then we step the feet back together. Then with the other foot, and the same. So notice my back is really straight. I'm thinking about my tailbone dropping straight down towards the floor. Got my center engaged, stepping forward and then back. Good. Bicep curl. That's it. Nice and tall. Keep that center engaged. Check out your knees. Make sure they're going straight forward. Support that back. Make sure that it's staying nice and straight. It might be that you're doing a little tiny step like that. Okay, that's absolutely fine. What I want is for you to be doing it and not being sore. Okay, feeling that you're working your core a little bit. I'm going to go down a little bit further just to get my legs working a bit more. So if your knees are totally fine, you can definitely do that. Okay. Breathe out, breathe in. So it's starting to get a little bit warmer now. Good. Okay, let's do one more with each leg. Great, okay. So now we're going to face the front again. We're going to have our feet a little bit wider apart, center engaged, and we're going to be doing some plies. We're just going to call them plies today. Okay, so the knees are going out over the toes again, just making sure that you've got your weight going down evenly through both feet. And we're dropping the tailbone down. Okay, so we're not coming forward, up nice and tall. I've just got my weights in nice and close to me just now, just while we're getting this part sorted. Okay, good. So let's add in the weights. Okay, so we're going to bring them up, bring them down. Okay, keep that center engaged. Weight evenly over both feet, knees going out over your toes. Okay, so not coming forward. This is quite a hard one to get the position. I often find that people find this one quite difficult to keep the back straight. So when I keep my back straight and I have my knees going out over the toes, I can feel my bottom working. Okay, each time I go down. There we are, that's it. Good. Try and keep that center engaged. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, Good. Okay, so now we're going to do a wall sit. Okay, so what that means is putting your bottom against the wall, your feet are going to be a wee bit away from the wall, and you're leaning back like that. I can't do it without a wall, but anyway, so I've put my bottom against the wall and I'm bending my knees. Now with your back, you want to have it almost flat to the wall. Your head might not reach the wall, that's fine. Make sure the floor isn't slippy, okay? I've got bare feet and I'm on a mat, so rug, so it's fine. But just make sure that maybe you've got trainers on if you're on a slippy floor. Okay, so let's get our position here. So our feet are hip width apart. Make sure your feet are level. Your back is against the wall. Your lower back is towards the wall. Sorry, I meant your bottom is against the wall. Okay, and then your upper back is against the wall. We're going to engage that center. Okay, we're going to hold that position, and then we're going to do arm scissors. So we're going to start with one arm up, and then we're going to swap them. Okay, try and keep your shoulders down. Okay, arms out in front. That's it. This is quite hard. Keep that center engaged. One arm up, one arm down. Good. That's it. Try and keep the shoulders down. Good. Breathe out. Breathe in. How are your legs? Can you go further down? That's it. The good one thing about this is it keeps your back in a really nice position. But I'm guessing you're not really thinking about your back right now. Okay. Right. One more with each arm. Good. And then we'll come away from the wall. And then we're going to just do some arms out to the side. So shoulders down, soften the knees. Maybe just bend them a little bit there. Keep your center engaged, back nice and tall. And then arms out to the sides and then back down. Now, because I'm recording myself, I can see almost, it's like a mirror I've got there. It's quite far away. My eyesight's not that great, but I can see what I'm doing. What I'm trying to do is I'm going slow and trying to keep both arms going to the same height and trying to keep an eye on my shoulders so that I don't have one shoulder up and one down. That's it. Try and keep your center engaged. Breathe out. Breathe in. That's it. Try and keep up as tall as you can. With your back, I know the legs are slightly bent. That's it. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. It's really good for the shoulders, this one. I've got a clicking shoulder. I'm not sure, hoping that the microphone is not picking that up. That's it. That arm looks different. Just trying to fix it there. Two more. Sometimes after a certain amount of time, you just can't keep the arms the same. The stronger one will be happier, the other one will be doing something a little bit different.